Hello, Hofstra fans, and welcome to the W. Mason Coach Report with head volleyball coach Emily Mansur. Coach, how you doing today?
I'm okay, Stephen. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So we are start of CA play is upon us. You had two matches against Northeastern last week. Obviously didn't go your way, but you want to set in each match as your team continues to grow. What did you see from your team in those matches that you liked, and what do you obviously want to improve upon?
That I like that I think different players really stepped up. Like Bianca on Sunday had a great match, so it's nice to see that and just see Damla getting a little bit more comfortable playing. This was something that was very good for us to see. In terms of improving, I think the special thing about this team is that they are good when we work together and we can make a lot of good things happen. But if we are not able to keep the chemistry going, things becomes a little bit hard. And I think and we felt a little bit in terms of that this past weekend versus Northeastern. And we are looking to just continue to grow. It's hard because this year is instant, like you gotta get results super fast, which we never had that before. So it's just a different mindset that we are having to adjust, but it's still working towards us growing as a team.
Yeah, you brought up a couple of the players that I was going to ask you about that kind of did have some success. Damla, Bianca, Juliana defensively had 22 digs on Sunday. Did you see something particular that was working well for each of those that allowed them to have some success, or just kind of a maturation process through the season?
Yeah, no, I think Bianca connected really well on the rotations that she had Mariana setting her. So I think this made the difference. Damila is a very smart volleyball player with a good IQ, so she was very good about following the game plan. And I think for her specific, that made a big difference. Juju is getting comfortable to play again. She wasn't here last semester. She didn't play volleyball at all. She's just getting back into it. She has only been playing volleyball for the past year for a month and a half. So I think for her, it's just really getting her game back. It has been very important. And that is, as I said, the challenges of the season that we have to get the results like right now.
Yeah, and you can't underscore what you just mentioned about Juliana. She wasn't here in the fall, obviously was home, and these student athletes are having to jump right in, as you keep mentioning. And I think people may not understand how hard it is to jump back into becoming that high level Division One student athlete, right?
Oh, absolutely. You go from doing this every day to not having this as part of your life, to not being around your team, to not build this chemistry, to all of a sudden coming back and having 4 weeks to be your best because we are starting CAA and we have to get results because it's such a short season that if we don't start performing, our life become much harder. So it's a lot of pressure and a lot that we are asking of our student athletes as well, but they are working hard and they want to do the best that they can.
Yeah, and you saw the first taste of this unique schedule in the conference this past weekend, facing the same opponent twice. This weekend, you see it even a more advanced process of it, as you're going to see them on this back-to-back nights at the same site. How was did you feel the schedule, the uniqueness of the schedule worked out? Like, how what did you think of it so far?
It's absolutely different. I think the hardest thing about last weekend was for both teams, not just us, for Northeastern as well, is having to play in one site and then travel, and we travel the same day of the match. So I think this was different and it was an adjustment. It's no reason respect to Northeastern. They played well, they won the match. But I think this does have an impact. And I think it will be very interesting experience this back to back. But again, the CAA championship is a back to back, not same team, but back to back playing. And we are so close to it. Working to fight our way into getting one of those three spots. But I think it is going to be a different challenge in having to keep a high level back to back against the same team and being able to adjust in such a fast way.
And you kind of mentioned the back-to-back. This weekend, your first back-to-back is Towson. They come to the Hempstead, and they you host them this weekend for on Friday and Saturday. What are your thoughts heading into this weekend against Towson?
It's going to be tough matches. 1,000 hours since I started working on the CAA is a team that will battle and work really hard. They're coming off a good season from last year, and I'm sure, like everybody else, they're doing the best that they can, going for the spots on the CAA championship this year. And we're expecting a good match. We are excited. We are so thankful that we get to play. So once we are hoping we get to make to the Friday game and both teams stay healthy to compete. And we know it's going to be a tough match. It always is a tough match.
Well, Emily, we wish you great luck this weekend against Towson, and we'll talk to you again next week.
Thank you so much, Stephen. You too.
And thank you, Hofstra fans, for joining us on the W. Mason Coach Report with head volleyball coach Emily Mansur.